Hello guys, it's Hands Up again. Now I brought you a new uh, Blender modeling design on how I made this color sorting machine. So basically what we have is a setup with a conveyor belt and a servo motors with a microcontroller, and then when this system will be able to identify objects and sort them based on their color categories. So let's see first how the setup is made, and then we'll see the animation of the system. So what we have is first we have a container which will be storing our objects in here, and an object is delivered every 5 seconds to the conveyor belt, and this is handled by a servo mechanism, and an object transfers through this way, through this hole, and then the servo mechanism is attached. So when servo is actuated, when object pass by and delivers to this point, and a hole is created, let's say, as you see, this moves, and this moves with a degree, with a servo rotation is made to move, to actuate in this direction. And then when an object is delivered here, and when this object is when this object rotates and there is a hole in this part, and an object is made to drop to the conveyor. Then after the conveyor, since the conveyor is continuously running, the object will be moved to the next position. Right here we have a color sensor. This is a simplified model color sensor. In the electrical design, in the electronics design, we're going to use an LEDR color sensor for this project. This type of sensor is basically a filter at LDR filters, which gets the red, blue, and green value of the object. So they are basically infrared sensors which determine the color of the color properties. So every object will have a predetermined three red, green, and blue values, and according to that, a color of the object is identified. After that, after the color is identified, based on the color concept and based off the containers we have, it's made to be actuated at the exactly point when it reaches it needs to drop. Let's say if the color is red, this servo will actuate when the object reaches here, and then it will make the object drop to the red object's container. And similarly, if the object is blue, this won't actuate until there is a red object, and this servo motor will actuate and block the way to pass to the other object's container. So an object which is which is green, will be dropped at this location. Similarly, for the other objects, the working principle is pretty similar. And in the algorithm part in the Arduino microcontroller, where we use the driving mechanism or the controller of these objects, if let's say if an object is going, let's say if we have a blue and a green objects, and if let's say if we say, for example, blue is first detected, but then green object is detected, the algorithm works in exactly the needed way, where the object will be dropped, the blue object will be dropped only when it reaches the blue container, and the green object will be dropped only when it reaches. So the servos will actuate and will know which object it is fed and continuously coming round. So let's see the animation. So we made a conveyor belt in here, which moves, which rotates in the x-axis, and we have a motor for driving the mechanism. This will be driving the conveyor belt, and this container will be containing objects other than these predefined colors. If it's not yellow, blue, green, and red, an object will be dropped to the other objects container. Similarly, the work goes through all. So here we simply designed a servo motor and a linear rod, which will be blocking the way of the object if the color is the predefined color. So let's see the animation and see how the object works. Let's say another object is given, and now a blue object is coming to the conveyor. So the object, when it's blue, it blocks, the servo blocks the way, and it's made to be go down to the object. And a green object, so the object will be delivered to a green object's container. Now a yellow object is coming, and a yellow will be delivered this way. So this is a basic concept on how to design a color sorting machine. So this is a red object and it will be blocked. So similarly, in the same loop, the working mechanism is working this way. So an object will be driven, and when it reaches to this point, then it will be dropped, and then the mechanism will be delivering objects each iteration. In each iteration, object will be delivered to the system, and then it will be dropping on the container needed for getting the objects. So based on the color concept, or the color of the objects will be sorted in a different container based on their colors. So this is the basic concept of how I designed my color sensor, color sorting machine. And this is if you want to see the electrical design and the code I've written in my Arduino, please give it a thumbs up and leave it in a comment down below. Love engineering, great designs, and stay awesome. Peace. Bye.